I'm Joanna Simpson here at Risk Minds International in London. Joining me now is Elina Aartola-Mäkelä, strategic risk expert at Nordea. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And it's been a turbulent time for anyone working in credit risk over the past few years. What potential shockwaves to credit risk are you most concerned about right now?
First of all, I would say that shock wave is a rather strong word, and we in the industry seem to be rather accustomed to various kind of shocks these days, so not surprised anymore. But of course, there are certain themes which require more attention, and we see potential, even rapid growth in some risk areas. When it comes to credit risk, I would say that everybody is, of course, concerned about climate risk and how that should be affecting the way we work and the way we assess credit risk. So that is an obvious concern for all of us. Another topic is, of course, the growth of generative AI, how that affects our customers, their businesses, the way our societies work. But then when I think of one risk that we see potential, having potential of rapid changes, that is of course the geopolitical risk, and there are many potential impacts it may have to our customers globally, and that's why we also need to have a very global look. It's not only about for example, we operate in the Nordics primarily, but our customers have also global operations, and they are affected by, let's say, potential changes in the trade balance or potential new customs or taxes. And this is why we need to be carefully looking into these risks and the way we assess them.
And how is Nordea preparing for potential credit market disruptions?
We, of course, in the industry are rather good in managing through macroeconomic cycles. So in that sense, no news here. But it, of course, starts with the full, having the kind of standard approach is that you consider scenarios, you also try to be carefully assessing which parts maybe of your customer portfolios might be most vulnerable to such changes. For example, in the geopolitical situation, are there such industries which might have rapid changes in their ability to perhaps ensure their supply chain or maybe even access to workforce, and of course then how competitive are they in the market if there will be changes or pressure to their pricing through different tariff changes or a balance in the trade.
What challenges do you face in aligning with both Nordic and international credit risk standards?
Well, we are supervised by ECB, so that pretty much puts us to the same environment as all the other European players. And that supervision is very kind of intrusive, covering all the different expectations that international markets bring to us. However, at the same time, we operate in the Nordic local markets, and through our subsidiaries and our presence in those markets, the local supervisors, of course, are having interest in us, the way we operate. And given the international standard, we of course have to meet that one, but then combined with the perhaps a bit more specific concerns of the local supervisors, sometimes we get perhaps a kind of a combination of rather strict requirements and expectations. So in that sense, it's of course a question of level playing field, but we do of course understand that our presence in the Nordics, and very strong presence in the Nordics, requires us to consider those. For example, real estate, collateral valuations. Are there certain factors which actually affect the Nordics differently than the rest of Europe?
Given the growing importance of sustainability compliance, what strategies are you employing to integrate ESG factors into credit decision-making processes?
This is an area where we have taken our efforts in all different levels. First of all, we have set very clear overall targets for our own operations and our impact on the market. So we have clear emission reduction targets, and we also want to ensure that we are constantly working towards them and succeed in achieving them. Then when it comes to the credit risk assessment, we are already integrating the ESG factor assessment into all different layers. That of course starts by having a view on the entire risk taxonomy, understanding different ESG factors there, and assessing which ones of those are most material for credit risk. And then we integrate those factors into customer level assessment of each and every customer. At the same time, of course, we want to prepare for developing our assessment methods even further, and we want to ensure that we collect and we manage and we govern the data related to ESG related credit risk factors even better than what we do today. So constant efforts in all these different levels is needed.
Elina Aartola-Mäkelä, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.